Time is revealing its 2025 list of top 100 creators, and this year, that includes a former Bachelor. Viall has parlayed his success on The Bachelor and Bachelorette into roles on multiple hit reality shows, a hit podcast, and even his own media company. And now he's here to tell us all about it. Nick, thanks so much for coming on. And first of all, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Great to be with you.
How does it feel to be one of Time's 100 top creators?
It feels good. It's an honor. Obviously, it's a great list of very talented creators. Obviously, Time's been around for a while, so it's great to be a part of it and just happy to keep growing. Yeah.
We have to talk about the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
I can't
remember ever being so shocked by a finale. What was it like to host that reunion?
It was an honor. I mean, first off, those are a great group of women. They're entertaining, they're vulnerable. You know, to be a great reality TV star, you really have to give that vulnerability day in and day out and not edit yourselves. And I think we see that a lot with other shows where reality stars will come in and you can kind of see them being very self-aware about, you know, their perception with fans. And these group of women are very vulnerable. It was an honor to host that reunion, and they made some great TV.
Yeah, it seems like they're living in the moment rather than trying to produce it in the moment while they're on the show. And I think that also reflected at the reunion. Kudos to you for a lot of great questions. What surprised you most about your interactions with that cast? And were there any interesting moments that didn't make it on air?
There's always some interesting moments that don't make it at air. I'm not sure what I can or cannot say, but I really think it's just they really pour their heart out. I mean, we talked about some not only fun topics, but there were some serious topics as well. And it's not always easy to be that vulnerable amongst your peers and things like that. So it's always interesting to see the dynamics between the women and the friendships and things like that. But yeah, they were great. And
your podcast played a critical role because you were able to interview one of the cast members who ended up not going to the reunion. So I want to go into the podcast in general, because you are charting at the top of Apple charts most days, Spotify's top 50 in the Wrapped playlist. How do you get all these exclusive tell-all interviews from some of the top reality stars out there?
Well, we work very hard with our booking just to be, very, quick, so we're turning things around very quickly. Obviously, I've had a lot of time in reality TV, both as a cast person, as a producer, so I very much try to relate to those people who are on it. And I think when it comes to reality TV, the people who go on those shows sometimes feel very siloed, like they play a character based off of, the edit and things like that. And so what I love about the Viall Files, or what we get to do specifically for reality TV stars, is give them an opportunity to really show us who they are as people, right? And I think we've earned that kind of reputation and, create a safe space for those characters so that you can see a little bit more about who they are. I think every reality TV star who goes on these shows, whether they are received well or get some criticism, always feel like there's more to them. And our show allows these people to have an opportunity to, share about how dynamic they can be, other interests they have outside of the themes of the show. And I think that's where we've been able to secure a lot of those great interviews.
And it's clearly striking a chord. I mean, the numbers speak for themselves. But most people would have just stopped there. You decided to go on and start your own media company. It's not just about your podcast now. You're managing all these other entities. Yeah. How did Envy Media come about, and what's that process been like?
Well, at first we just came with the success we've had with the Viall Files, and I think part of the success we have was just how we promote our show through our promotional sizzles and videos and things like that. And we put together just a little bit of a playbook, if you will. And so I've seen other shows be produced, shows come and go, and we thought that we could kind of put our playbook and help some other creators out there create their own podcasts. And then obviously with us being very present in pop culture and reality TV, Envy Media really wants to be so much like, ESPN covers sports, and they have a wide variety of shows that cover different, sports shows. And at Envy Media, we obviously focus on pop cultural relationships and reality TV. So there's a lot of things we talk about on the Viall Files. We can't cover everything. So we want to continue to create shows that represent our audience and the interests that they have.
Very cool to see you paying it forward. I have so many more questions for you, but we're out of time. Nick, it's so great to have you here. Thanks for coming in.
Thanks for your time.
Award-winning podcaster, TV personality, now top digital creator, and you're running your own empire. You wear many hats. We appreciate you coming in.